Hello everyone, this is Doe, welcoming you back to another Sword of Convallaria video on my channel. Today we're diving deep into a 5-star Taair to explore why he's considered a Tier 0 support unit. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Taair is a watcher belonging to the Papal and Discipline factions. His entire kit is centered around providing unparalleled support to your roster through party-wide speed manipulation, energy recovery, and impactful damage buffs and debuffs. Interestingly, he doesn't have any offensive skills beyond his basic attack, underscoring his pure focus on team utility. His trait Historian cements his role as a support powerhouse. Historian grants him access to historical skills, a unique mechanic offering a choice of abilities. He can instantly inflict movement and damage debuffs on enemies, heal and dispel debuffs on allies, or grant a powerful damage buff to a selected teammate. Additionally, every time Taair uses a support skill, he heals his target, enhancing his value as a support unit. To use historical skills, Taair requires knowledge stacks, which he gains through his scroll collecting mechanic. At the start of each turn, a scroll spawns randomly within 3 tiles of his position. Collecting a scroll not only provides knowledge stacks, but also grants him a random level 2 buff for 2 turns and allows him to move an extra 3 tiles. This mechanic makes his star upgrades especially impactful. At 1 star, his knowledge stack cap is limited to 2, which can feel restrictive. In situations where scrolls spawn far from his allies, sometimes prevents him from effectively supporting his team. At 2 stars, his max knowledge stacks increase to 4, and he starts the battle with 2 stacks. This upgrade significantly reduces the risk of being unable to support his allies due to scroll placement. At 3 stars, his initial knowledge stacks increase to 3, and his movement range extends by 1 additional tile, improving his mobility and access to scrolls and allies. At 4 stars, his max knowledge stacks increase further to 6, and he begins the battle with 4 stacks. This allows him to use his historical skills more freely and frequently. At 5 stars, he gains 5 initial knowledge stacks at the start of the battle, enabling him to cast 3 historical skills right away. Additionally, his healing and support skills gain an extra 2-tile range, greatly enhancing his utility. He also gains 1 knowledge stack at the start of each turn, ensuring a smoother and more consistent performance in his support role. His scalability with star levels makes him an exceptional unit to invest in, especially if you value a strong, dedicated support unit in your team. Now, let's take a look at how a 5-star Taair supports a team in a battle.
共に戦おう。ありがとう。何か手伝えるか？おっと、ちょうどよかった。大丈夫かい？ありがとう。おっと、ちょうどよかった。指示を願います。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。おっと、ちょうどよかった。どっちだ。楽勝楽勝。はっ。指示をください。自分の身は自分で守るさ。感謝します。指示を願います。すまない。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。指示をください。
As you can see, Taair was able to cast 3 historical skills on his first turn, amplifying Gloria's and Rawia's overall output. This is only possible due to his 5 stars trait. Another skill that I use to keep his momentum on the next turn while maintaining a good positioning for him is Inner Light, which grants his teammates 1 energy. I then use Seed of Wisdom to grant speed buff and energy regen at the start of their turns. Let's take a look at another battle where I use a different skill loadout highlighting another one of his core skills, 1000 Miles Echo. This next battle is sourced from my own main account on the live server. As such, the Taair shown here is only 2 stars. The 1000 Mile Echo provides the mobility, attack, and speed boost I needed to clear the difficulty 81 Act 6 battle from Fireside chat. Without Taair, I would only been able to buff 1 DPS's movement with Homa. Having 2 DPS with movement and attack boost helped me in this fight significantly. I've also replaced Inner Light with Flagellant for this fight. Combined with Caged Reverie and Pacifism, Taair was able to reduce incoming damage towards my team a lot.
Thank you. 今だ。鍛えて出直すな。
持ちこたえるんだ。これは記録すべき戦いだ。
Thank you。色つけて返してやる。ビスケット分けてやるよ。
ありがとう、友よ。
どきな。よっ。早くこそ武器。かかってきなよ。任せて。うん？出番か。おお。心配すんなって。
何か手伝えるか。
大丈夫だからさ。おっと、ちょうどよかった。どれどれ？早くこそ武器だ。任せてる。あおー！調子に乗るんじゃない。
何か手伝えるか。言う通りにしよう。
行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。どきな。どきな。こりゃ大ピンチだわ。まだまだこれからだ。おっと、ちょうどよかった。次の獲物はドイツだ。潰れろ。明日なるね。いた。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。
何か手伝えるか。
おお。了解。サンキュー。くらえ。おっと、ちょうどよかった。あおー。かかってきなよ。
何か手伝えるか。
おっと、ちょうどよかった。サンキュー。ビスケット分けてやるよ。一撃で決める。楽勝楽勝。同時につけ込まれる。おっと、ちょうどよかった。よくやる。出番か。よくやる。もろいね。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。
何か手伝えるか。
よくやる。任せて。
Now let's take a look at his skill tree and discuss the remainder of his skills. At rank 1, I activated both of his core skills, Seed of Wisdom and 1,000 Mile Echo, which grants the targeted ally 4 energies, attack, movement, and speed buff for 2 turns. I personally find 1,000 Mile Echo useful when Homa isn't around or out of reach from the unit. I want movement buff on, or in situations where I have 2 DPS that need the buffs this skill provides. This skill can also be beneficial for energy-hungry DPS units. At rank 3, I activated Inner Light as not only it gives wide-range AoE energy to his teammates, its instant capability gives him capacity to reposition himself better after a bad scroll spawn. At rank 5, I activated Pacifism as my preferred reaction skill as it enhances his survivability in battle while dispelling 2 buffs from hostile enemies that attack him. In the future, I might also activate Heart of Forbearance in situations where I need bound immunity, but for now I opt for only Pacifism. At rank 7, I prioritize Campfire Night Talks as there are niche situations where its effects can come in handy. As for Flagellant, I activated it only to anticipate instances where I want to build him into a damage sharing tank through his ultimate skill. At rank 9, activate Dispelling Strike as it gives him access to dispelling buffed up enemies. I activated Merciful Strike by accident. I highly do not recommend this skill as his basic attack as it is an action efficient and he is not built to be your main healer. You'll quickly notice that his healing capacity is very underwhelming regardless of what you do to support it. Lastly, at rank 11, I activated his ultimate skill, Caged Reverie. Caged Reverie not only enhances overall damage and piercing damage for allies within 3 tiles radius, it also grants them attribute debuff immunity and redistributes overall damage across allies so they can survive what otherwise could be a one-hit kill. Moving on to his equipment, I find Reorganized Cube paired with Old Scrolls of August to be a good standard pairing for him. Reorganized Cube allows him to dispel debuffs with his automatic heals, while he supports your team, and Old Scrolls of August gives you more control in individual speed manipulation. There are also other trinkets with instant skills that work very well with him, such as Disaster Bottle and Spring Pill. These instant skills allows him to a more flexible positioning while he picks up scrolls to maintain his knowledge stacks. As for engraving, I opt for Wand and Cup Resonance as it gives him the opportunity to use his ultimate skill more frequently over waiting 7 turns per usage. Tarot-wise, I find the Empress Tarot to be a great standard fit for him as a debuff cleanser for the team. Another tarot worth mentioning is the Judgment Tarot, especially at 5 stars as his 2 tile range effect extension applies to the special effect of Judgment. Lastly, I've also experimented with Fortune Tarot and find it useful in certain situations due to the accumulation of Fortune Tarot buffs for his teammates. What I would suggest is to assess the needs of the battle and pick whichever tarot suits best for the situation. One thing I'd like to note, in situations where you would like to use Campfire Night Talks, you need to make sure that he has the Empress Tarot equipped for this setup, as this skill can backfire by inflicting sleep on your team. Empress Tarot along with Cube and his trait ensures that your team gets the benefits of this skill without putting your entire team to sleep at the same time. To summarize his standard skill loadout, I found that Dispelling Strike, Pacifism, Caged Reverie, Seed of Wisdom, and Inner Light to be very effective in most general content. This setup allows Taair to have a flexibility of his final positioning after his turn ended while supporting his teammates. In tougher content where most enemies one-shots most of my units, I've swapped Inner Light with Flagellant. Combined with Pacifism and Caged Reverie, this setup allowed Taair to reduce incoming damage significantly while distributing incoming hard-hitting attacks. In situations where specific turn order is advantageous, bringing 1,000 Mile Echo can help in a more focused speed manipulation strategy. This setup is also great whenever there's a need to bring an extremely energy-hungry unit. Unfortunately, I've yet found a situation with the battles available to me where I can effectively use Campfire Night Talks, so let me know in the comments if you found a consistent and efficient way to use Campfire Night Talks. I would love to hear about it. So that's all for Taair today. As usual, this is a sponsored video, so download the game from the link in the description to support this channel. A quick update on Lee Lao's tier list. I've decided to refrain from translating his tier list as I find a general tier list to be insufficient. Instead, I've organized a group discussion among a few prominent active content creators, Taiwanese players, PvP-focused players, and guide makers such as Hawkey, Chronosphere, Saul, Dio, Eli, Depp, and many more to construct a new tier list where units are rated to their relevant categories such as DPS, Support DPS, Amplifier, and Sustain. We will then make an overall priority suggestions based on players' spending budget, varying from free to play to high spender. Hopefully it'll be done in a week's time. If this is something that interests you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay cool, stay crispy. This is Doe signing off. See you in the next video.